Today we're visiting an island with ancient history, Mediterranean charm and a booming property market. I'm in Cyprus. It's the third largest island in the Mediterranean and the seventh most popular retirement destination for Brits. It's also the birthplace of Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of love and beauty. And I'm in the rather beautiful town of Paphos, which is on the west coast. It's where most of the island's 12,000 British expats live. They're attracted by the sun, the Mediterranean lifestyle, the relatively low crime rate, and the presence of one or two reminders of home. You'll find that most people speak English, and there are British high street stores such as Next and Marks and Spencer's. Plus, the roads shouldn't confuse you too much as they drive on the left. And it's also familiar because Cyprus was a British colony until 1960. After independence, tensions between the Greek Cypriot and Turkish Cypriot populations escalated. And in 1974, the Turkish army invaded and the island was partitioned. The southern two-thirds is now largely Greek and is known as the Republic of Cyprus. The northern third is the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, but is not internationally recognised. Because of this, Northern Cyprus was not allowed to take up membership when the island joined the EU in 2004. The south, however, is now a full member of the Union and is aiming to join the Eurozone in 2007. In this programme, we'll be concentrating on the south, and getting there from the UK is very easy. There are direct flights to Paphos and Larnaca from Britain's major airports, and the flight time is between 4 and 5 hours. Public transport in Cyprus isn't great, so it's easiest to get around by car. And one of the best roads on the island links Paphos to Limassol and Larnaca, although conditions on the road to the north and east of the town are a good deal more dangerous. Paphos itself is very laid back and is absolutely teeming with history. In fact, UNESCO has added the entire harbour area to its World Cultural Heritage List. The biggest tourist attraction is the area of Roman mosaics on the headland, which were discovered accidentally in 1962. Away from the archaeology, you'll find a good-sized town centred on the harbour and its medieval fort. Paphos has plenty of shops, bars and cafes, and the town is full of property developers and estate agents.
The Cyprus real estate market is still in its relative infancy when compared to places like Spain and Portugal, and prices too are much lower than other areas of the Mediterranean, currently running at about 15 to 20% cheaper than Spain and Portugal. Paphos has been the long-standing popular hotspot with British buyers, and there are still good bargains to be had despite rising prices.
Property in Paphos isn't hugely expensive by British standards, but it's still the priciest area on the island. And when you're out hunting for that dream home, it's important to remember that property prices are quoted in Cypriot pounds, and you'll need to add around 20% to get the sterling equivalent. There's no denying that Paphos is an absolutely beautiful town, but I can't quite put my finger on why it attracts more British than anywhere else in Cyprus.
When you come to Cyprus, basically.
To find out, I've come to this £500,000 villa to meet local estate agent Bryan. Why is Paphos so popular with expats?
I think the main reason is that so many expats come to Paphos for their holidays and have come year after year. So when they decide on a holiday home or somewhere to retire to, they choose Paphos. There's a very, very strong expat community. So when people come across here, they can either involve themselves in the expat community and the social events they have, or if they wish, they can involve themselves in the Cypriot community. The Cypriots are very, very warm, very welcoming people. It's almost disarming at times. So it's very easy to move here.
Bryan, does the Cypriot property market in any way follow the British one?
It certainly does. Most of the people buying either holiday homes here or retirement homes are from the UK. So when the property market in the UK does soften, then there is an impact here, for sure.
Tell me about finance then, mortgages.
OK. Mortgages, we don't have building societies here in the traditional sense. Either people can go to a Cypriot bank and get a mortgage, or for many people who just want to buy a holiday home here, they can remortgage in the UK, which is probably slightly cheaper.
Now, you have years of experience as an estate agent. Can you highlight any pitfalls?
For sure, it's the same buying any property in a foreign country. What I say to people is research, research and research again. Get to know as much as you can. Come and make visits here. Talk to as many people as you can. I think people are buying more carefully now. They are researching better and they will not buy run-of-the-mill properties. They're looking now for exceptional value for money, properties which have special features or things which have astounding views, like this property here.
It is astounding. And I want to see what 500,000 Cypriot pounds can buy somebody. Should we go and check it out?
Indeed we will.
Is it good?
All right.
Oh, Bryan, this is pretty special. So tell me what you get for 500,000 Cypriot pounds, which is about 600,000 pounds sterling, isn't it?
Sure it is. It is special. This is only a 3-bedroom property with 2 bathrooms, but it's done very, very beautifully. Many, many fine features, lots of use of stone, granite, marble staircase, and as you saw outside, an infinity swimming pool with water tumbling down from the rocks. Normally, a 3-bedroom villa, depending upon the location, you'll get from around £130,000 upwards.
What are the costs involved with buying a home in Cyprus?
Things are not dissimilar to the UK, but they're certainly different. Cyprus property law is based on UK law, but things have changed over the years. We have stamp duty here, but it's very, very low. It's 0.15%, so it's almost insignificant. You must always use a Cyprus lawyer. They are expensive compared with the UK, but it's a good investment, it's good insurance. Apart from that, when you get your title deeds, you have to pay a government fee called property transfer tax, and this relates to the value of the property.
British-born John Thompson is just about to take the unusual step of setting up a private ambulance service in Paphos, and I caught up with him to learn more about medical care in Cyprus.
So for a British person looking to relocate permanently out to Cyprus, explain about the health system available to them.
Well, it would depend on the age. If you're of retiral age in UK, then since they joined the EU, then you should be entitled to all the benefits as an EU member country. If you're not of retiral age, and many people aren't, that come out here, they just come out early, then it'd be advisable to take out a private medical insurance, just to make sure in case of emergencies that you are covered at any of the hospitals. And of course, if you don't take out any form of insurance, you will still be treated, and then the bill will be given to you when you've recovered.
Right, OK, so it makes sense. Now, John, your accent's giving you away. You're not Cypriot, are you?
No, absolutely not. I'm originally from Glasgow in Scotland.
So what brought you out here then?
Well, we compared Spain, Portugal and Cyprus came out 90% of the time ahead, and the cost of living, the standard, the friendliness of the people, the blue skies you see around you, the actual scenery that we're walking through now.
John, you're making me feel very depressed about having to fly back to the UK. Good old Blighty, hey?
Well, I'm sorry about that, but you know how to change that and come and live here.
No, you're quite right. Tell me, why did you pick Paphos in particular?
Well, it's about the quietest part of the island at that time. Obviously, it's got a lot busier in the last 4 or 5 years, but it's still fairly quiet.
Are there any social groups specifically set up to assist expats?
Well, the UKCA Club is one that you would be advised to join, because they've got all the information about being in contact with the High Commission in Nicosia, and all the forms you would need to fill in case you needed any assistance.
What about England? There must be something you miss.
I don't think I miss anything, really. That's why I'm still here.
What about your wife? Do you think there's anything that she misses?
She's 5'10", so some of the clothes shops here don't actually cater for somebody that tall. But no, she manages to shop in Nicosia and Larnaca when I'm forced to drive her there.
Buying property here in Cyprus is no more complicated than many other areas of the Mediterranean. In fact, the paperwork and process is being simplified ahead of joining the Eurozone. And there's a large number of UK agents that deal with property here, so the process is relatively simple and straightforward for British buyers.
And by far the most straightforward and usually the quickest way to get a foot on the Cypriot property ladder is to buy a house or apartment off-plan from one of the island's many property developers. It's certainly how the majority of expats find their place in the sun.
The profiles of our clients are constantly changing, and as there are more people that are buying properties for different reasons that they used to buy them a few years ago. However, our strongest market at the moment is the UK.
And that market is being fed by a Cypriot building boom. You can find all kinds of properties in developments in the popular areas of the island. So unless you have a very particular view of how you'd like your house to be, you should be able to find a property to suit your needs.
Currently we offer a one-bedroom apartment fully furnished for £59,000. We can go to the top of the range and look for a villa in a 700 square metre plot with swimming pool at £245,000.
Buying from a property developer also has the added advantage of being less hassle than building your own home, as you won't need to get involved in the day-to-day building work. And most developers will help you through the buying process.
We try to be a one-stop shop where our clients can find the information and the help that they're looking for in terms of the legal side of buying a property in Cyprus and also the financial aspect of it.
If you do opt to buy off-plan from a developer, it's probably best if you live in Cyprus while the property's completed, so you can keep an eye. Failing that, you can appoint a company or individual to take care of your interests. The quality of building work can vary, so it's a good idea to ask developers to show you some of their older properties. That way you can see how their houses bear up over time.
In July and August, temperatures soar to way over 30 degrees. Humidity is at an all-time high, so make sure that your property has good air conditioning and good ventilation.
And be warned that some developers can charge extra for what most people would consider basics like air conditioning or central heating. So make sure you get written confirmation of exactly what's included in the price before you sign anything. If you buy an apartment, the developer will usually set up a management committee to manage maintenance of shared areas of your building, and you'll be expected to pay an annual maintenance fee. Now, no matter where you buy or who you buy from, the key to a successful purchase is good independent legal advice. And it's very, very important that the advice is independent, so do steer well clear of using the developer's solicitor. If you need help finding legal advice, contact the Cyprus Bar Association in Nicosia. Coming up, we're discovering more about expat life in Cyprus and looking at properties off the beaten track.